I have something extremely special in store for each and every one of you today, so pay attention, everyone. Just wait, and I'll tell you what we're going to be talking about in the movie that we're going to be showing today. If you thought the banana zone was large, you'll be surprised. Regarding Ripple's banana zone, I believe that each and every one of you is probably already familiar with this particular moment in time. On the other hand, despite the fact that a lot of people like to critique his banana chart, it does tell a very interesting story overall. I mean, this thing caught the internet by storm, and it got people extremely excited. On the other hand, what I am going to demonstrate to you and what Ripple is going to discuss in the video that we are going to broadcast today is maybe even more compelling than that. Because of this, I need you guys to completely destroy that like button so that everyone in the cryptocurrency industry can see it, and then we can move on to the video. As I look at this, I can't help but think that it is a killer. The chart is very stunning in its beauty. The GMI worldwide weekly liquidity is included in this. This includes both the liquidity of the private sector and the liquidity of the public sector from the major economies across the world. In a word, it's absolutely flawless. It offers a lead of 10 weeks. The M2 performs in a manner that is somewhat comparable to that of the M1. Therefore, you have that. The seasonality of Bitcoin is always strong from this point forward. You have Bitcoin with you. As well as that, Bitcoin is doing the same thing it did the previous year. I am referring to complete perfection. It appears that we have the macro overlay. The Fed is going to continue to reduce their budget over time. The participation of the other central banks is going to be expected. We have the seasonality in place and ready to go. At this point, the global liquidity cycle is functioning properly. I have no idea what else is still available. It is almost as if it must be at this very moment. Even with the chart patterns, you will typically get 3 touches at the top and 3 touches at the bottom of a range that is typically successful. As a result, I believe that all of the components are in play. In my opinion, regardless of the outcome of the election, it will continue to increase following regardless of the conclusion. We are familiar with that from the past. On the other hand, due to the fact that Trump is incredibly tax-friendly, quite stimulative, and very pro-cryptocurrency, we witnessed the last time he was in office naturally. That's the regulatory things, both for the IT industry and for cryptocurrency. Your gut tells you that if something like that were to take place, it would be an extra juice. In addition, the Trump administration's final cycle lasted from 2016 to 2017. It was not the Federal Reserve that truly eased liquidity to a significant degree. During the 2016 to 2017 fiscal year, they had just begun to hike rates, but they ceased doing so. And the Chinese were the ones who were responsible for creating the liquidity, which caused the market to go absolutely crazy in 2017. Let me present you with a chart of hopium. It's just that I have to share it. And this is a chart of the ETH hopium. It is ETH versus ETH from the previous year. No one else seems to be a better fit. Not at all. What an insane idea. A further aspect of the ETH Bitcoin cross is that it is driven by the ISM as well as the business cycle. You are kind of all in that point on a weekly, or for those who are interested in technicals, on a weekly DeMark count. A low of 13 was just reached for ETH as well. There is a sense that everything is in its proper place, but that chart is exceptionally impressive. At this point, we are aware that these charts fail to function properly precisely when you need them to do so the most. Consequently, you should anticipate that it will not function, although conceptually it is interesting. I have a very strong thesis on this topic, which states that as the market cap of cryptocurrency increases over time from 2 trillion to where I believe it is headed, which is 100 trillion, you are going to earn more riches than any other trade in the history of humanity in the shortest amount of time, and that cash is going to be recycled into art. In addition, I began purchasing xrp+ in January and have continued to do so for the entire year. As a result, a large number of people were activated. In addition, I have discussed the theory with a great number of individuals, which states that the items that are truly culturally significant will be widely sought after first. However, I believe that it will spread out once more. It does not disappear. As a result, we have witnessed punks and xrp+, and there is hardly any Beeple available for purchase at all. I see those are present. It is true that the price of Fidenzas has decreased, and it is also true that the prices of some of the other units have decreased. However, I believe that there will be a rotation. To put it another way, if you consider xrp+, Beeple, and punks to be Bitcoin, you will first find that Bitcoin is the dominant cryptocurrency. Aside from that, when the market expands, it moves on to the other layer 1s, layer 2s, and other things. And I believe that the same thing will happen here. Not just in Bitcoin, but also in the other major cryptocurrency, which is Solana. I believe that we will witness a significant increase in the amount of art that is produced as we begin to experience all-time highs. This is because people have a lot of Solana. The largest trader is still on it, according to the results of our study of all of our hedge funds that use exponential adjusted management and expand. To answer your question, yes, the banana zone is unquestionably in progress. However, I would want to point out that the charts are not going to be precisely to the letter every single time, which means that they are not going to be exactly when it is going to happen. However, they do appear to be reasonably comparable, I believe. In addition, I believe that we can anticipate a somewhat favorable price momentum over the course of the next couple of months from the market. However, there is one thing that I am positive of, and that is that in the short run, things are not going to be like that. As of right now, everything on the day-to-day stochastic RSI chart is overbought, and for that reason I am shorting Ethereum. In the short term, everything is overbought. I'm selling short XRP. Shorting Bitcoin is what I'm doing, and if you guys sign up for Margex and use my link, you may trade alongside me. If you work with me, you have the potential to make a lot of money, and if you sign up for Margex, you will also receive some enormous trading bonuses. Therefore, make sure that you sign up by utilizing my link because you are going to receive XRP simply for trading XRP. A cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin or any other, now that we have that out of the way, xrp does have some additional incredibly essential information to share with us. So let's get back to the video. The groundwork. But I'm a mercenary when it comes to my own money. And I have been thinking for a while, and the three of us, have talked about this, is that this might be one of the ones that comes out on top. The reason for this is that the team is of the highest possible caliber. As you may know, they have constructed blockchains that are capable of supporting more than 3 billion users. Honestly, these folks are on a whole other level. They have a certain degree of technicality. As a result, the narrative was absent, but it gradually began to come to life with the addition of narrative. As a matter of fact, however, they have managed to reduce the latency of the chain to a mere 600 milliseconds. It moves at a ridiculously quick pace. They are currently in the process of constructing this wall Rust, which is a data storage layer and a separate token, but it is essentially an AES on top of this whole move virtual machine concept. In addition to that, they are going to release Pilot Fish, which is their version of a fire dancer and gives it a kind of endless TPS. And they have a business development staff that is really serious. It is obvious that we just have Circle, but I am confident that there will be a great deal more in the future, whether it be in the realm of games or real-world assets and other kinds of things. It appears that they are merely gaining mindshare. It is important to keep in mind that this is a low free float. Therefore, after you have captured mindshare in a low free float, it will function better than it would otherwise because there will be less instances of it around. It is possible to have the same mindshare for ETH, however, it is not going to go and it is not going to move at all. When the market is in a bull market, you are going to enjoy low free floats, but when the market is in a bear market, you are going to disdain them once more, simply due to the fact that they are extremely beta. I believe that is the point that has to be understood. Additionally, it is quite beta and winning mindshare. Because as Ovi mentioned, people are kind of wondering, well, is the Solana trade over? They appear to be performing well, and people are looking for the next big trade because they are searching for the next big trade. What will be the next major event? The result is that it appears to have everything in its place. As far as I can tell, there is nothing else that is likely to take the lead. What I do is look at the charts of SUI in comparison to the top 20 tokens, in addition to a whole lot of other things. What I see is nothing at all. According to appearances, that appears to be capable of competing with it for the time being. Even if Monad and Bearer Chain are the only things that are coming, this does not imply that Celestia and all of this other stuff won't go up a lot. However, it is really tough to imagine anything that is going to surpass that chart. One more thing that I found intriguing is that I recently conducted an interview with John Wu from Avalanche, and when I was in Portugal, I was able to catch up with his sneakers. In addition, I am not sure if you have already met Pierce Mando. You absolutely must talk to him. It's fantastic to have him around. He is a good buddy of mine, and he is the person that handles gaming at Delphi. As well as that, he discussed As a result of his investment in Off the Grid, he is of the opinion that it is the best game he has ever seen on Web3, and it is also possible that it is one of the best games he has ever played. This is regarding Avalanche. In addition, I invited John to talk about it because of what Pierce had said about it. Given that we have not yet experienced a genuine breakout, it is going to be a really fascinating development. The game in question is a Battle Royale style game, and it is of an exceptionally high quality. Okay, if this becomes popular, that would be a really significant problem. When it comes to me and that, the token price is not really an issue. To put it another way, can you genuinely use this stuff for things like loyalty, logistics, deep in, and everything else that is being discussed all at the same time? However, when it comes to the markets, I am quite concentrated. You should know that it is the Solana, SUI, and even my memes, which are all down to 1 or 2, which are Doge and Smoking Chicken Fish. My long-term savings bucket is